Hi, CJ here for another video of passionate sharing about recovery tools, lessons, and real-life experiences from my mental health journey. I am not a medical or mental health professional, just here today to share more helpful information about my journey. Just a reminder, if you have not created your personal safety plan, please check out the link below to learn more about staying safe, because emotional triggers or darkness of depression can set in at any time and potentially during this video. Okay, let's get started. And remember, you're not alone. Hi, CJ here for another session with you. In today's session, we're going to get started on learning mindfulness. I'm going to have several videos on this, and this is just going to be the basics, just getting started. Well, I think most of us are familiar with the term mindfulness, meditation, and in general we know it's good for us. I used to be one of those people who said, I can't do this. I can't sit with my legs crossed in a pose, chanting, think about just my breathing or whatever it is you do while you're being mindful and meditating. Well, it isn't that, and I want to teach you what it is and how you can get started. Well, about 18 months after the accident, while trying anything doctors and friends would recommend to help me with my headaches, my headache specialist, a neurologist that I saw regularly, recommended during one of my visits that I read a book. That book is this one right here, Full Catastrophe Living, Using Wisdom of Your Body and Mind to Face Stress, Pain, and Illness by Jon Kabat-Zinn. Well, this book started my journey on the beginning of mindfulness. Trying it just seemed like a really great idea compared to what all the medications were that this same neurologist was recommending and trying with me to help me get some relief. In my readings, as well as exploring other ways, I found that just focusing on breathing in a relaxed position is the actual heart of mindfulness, and doing it intentionally for a predefined X minutes is meditation. Well, I'm like, wow, you mean you don't have to sit with your legs crossed in a pose, making noises, making chants to be meditating? Well, the answer is no, you don't. Sure, this technique works for some, and using guided meditations is another really great option. The key is to find out what works for you. And for me, just being comfortable and practicing mindfulness for a predefined set of minutes that I increased as I got better is what mindfulness was for me. I used to think that I had to just sit for 3 minutes and do nothing but focus on my breathing. When I first started learning about this, I'm going, and I just don't know that I can sit for 3 minutes and not have thoughts come through my mind. I can't stop my thoughts. It's okay that your thoughts don't stop. In fact, they probably never will. The key is being mindful to what is occurring within your thoughts, within your body, and being kind to those thoughts and allowing them to pass through without judgment. Some of the time. You're not going to do that all of the time. You're not going to not judge yourself some of the time. So, yeah, was I successful all the time? No, I'm still not successful all the time, and I certainly was not successful when I first learned to do this. But over time, I became less judgmental and accepting of my thoughts. So again, what makes it be mindfulness is the intentional attitude to try to practice focusing on your breathing and allow the thoughts that come in to just pass through without judgment. That's how I define mindfulness. Here's a routine I tried early on and it worked for me. I'm going to first share with you the full routine, and then I'm going to share an example of what it was like for me early on. Okay, number one, get comfortable in any position you would like. Some people lay down. Some people do like to sit in a style with their legs crossed. For me, I sat in my comfy recliner, and yes, in a reclined position. My first step that I found it easy to get intentional was just to close my eyes. Then after I got my eyes closed, focus on keeping my eyes closed and actually feeling my eyelids together. The next step is to take a deep breath, feeling my chest fill, and then exhaling. I'm just going to give you an example of that, so I'm going to go ahead and do that. That's all I would focus on at this step. Just the fact that I would feel my chest fill and then just exhale. So now I would move to focusing after that deep breath, focusing to just my normal breathing. I would start with just in, out. Just notice my breath, in, out. And then after that, then I would add a focus on the air coming into my lungs, coming into the chest, feeling all the way down to my stomach. Then it coming all the way back out and up to my chest. And my mid-region is sinking, and I can feel the air move through my nose and mouth. And I would continue just feeling the air in my body, go in and out, in and out. At first, I would just try to do this a couple times a day for just 3 minutes each time. It was hard as I had self-doubt thoughts and thoughts of pain and noise around me that would interrupt. Well, this is expected and okay. So I'm going to walk you through an example of, obviously this is a simulation, but what it was like for me when I first started. And I just want to share that you need to just be patient and really kind to yourself and know that you're trying something new and just keep practicing. So I go sit comfortable in my recliner, go recline. Now, obviously I'm not going to do that right now. But again, this is just an example. I get all comfy, and then I would close my eyes. Dang, my headache is really brutal right now. I don't know if this is a good time to even try this. Before I'd even get started, sometimes I would try to talk myself out of it. And then I would start with reassuring myself. My eyes are closed, I'm feeling my eyelids, but you bought a book. You want to try to learn. It said just practice. Okay, so that's what I'm going to do. Deep breath. Wow, I wonder if I did that right. That happens often while you're doing this. You start questioning, are you doing it right? There's no right, there's no wrong. Just be intentional and keep practicing. That is the right thing to do. Okay, and while my eyes are closed and I'm trying to focus on my breath, just going in and out, in and out. Notice I'm not exaggerating. I would just mindfully try to focus in and out. God, what's that noise? What is my dog doing? Okay, this will go on. And then again, I would try to talk myself out of it or, back to a more intentional way. I'm only going to do this for 3 minutes. I can check on the dog when I get done. Okay, let's go back. In and out, in and out. What's that meeting I've got to do later today? Oh, geez, really? Again, the thoughts come through your mind. Let those thoughts come through your mind. Okay, let's try this again. In and out, in and out. Okay, I'm going to try going to the next stage. Oh, I'm breathing too hard. I'm breathing deep. I should just be breathing normal. Fill my chest. Try to fill it down to my stomach. Dang, what is my dog up to? Notice everything going on. I try to focus on breathing all the way to the stomach and something would interrupt me. So I realized I can focus on in and out. That's cool. That's really cool. Let's try the next step. Okay, so I'm going to try this again. In and out. No, that was another deep breath. Well, so what? Take a deep breath. In and out. In and out. Feel my breath. Feel my stomach. Feel it come back out. Dang, I know I'm not ready for that meeting this afternoon. Oh man, I know I'm not. This is never going to work. I'm stressing out about that meeting. I'm going to stop for now. Did I even make it for a minute? It's okay. I was intentional and I tried. That is practice. Practice, practice, practice. But in this case, practice does not make perfect. Perfect is that every time you have a thought, you say thank you for that thought and let it go on out of your mind. Don't judge yourself for having that thought. Oftentimes I find I still try to judge my thoughts. Now that I'm much better at this and have practiced for years, it's been 4.5 years I've been practicing, I can look back at this first example that I simulated, and I know that I was being very mindful. I caught that I was having thoughts. I could define my thoughts and feeling, and I was mindful of them. I have learned to be much more intentional in letting my thoughts be acknowledged, just acknowledging I had the thoughts and let them pass through without judgment. Most of the time, I still judge myself pretty easily. When I do place the judgment, I recognize I do. And again, that's being mindful. And I reassure myself that I was judging and I'll get better next time. And I'll be kinder to myself next time. I know that I will just keep doing this. This video is about getting started. So please just start practicing. Start with being intentional for 3 minutes a couple of times a day. And then if you can, move up to 10 minutes at least once a day. Giving yourself 10 minutes a day of sitting with intention to be mindful and to feel yourself breathe while letting your thoughts pass through when they come through is a great starting place for mindfulness and meditation. So if you want to learn more about mindfulness in the very near future, make sure and subscribe below. And if you like this video, thumbs up. I hope you will join me on this journey and put some comments below. Let me know what works for you. Let me know if you tried this and it's working or it's not. And just remember, you're not alone.